Whitefield was a preacher of the gospel. I got bronchitis, and I can remember lying in bed with bronchitis, reading the biography of George Whitefield and getting an enormous amount of joy and encouragement from it. Yeah, but those are just some of the people.
Great. What about during this century, people that you've met along the way? I mean, I guess you met Lewis and you heard him lecture, but that was not particularly about Christian matters. Others who along the way may have influenced you personally?
I suppose that Martyn Lloyd-Jones is number one in terms of living influences. He and I disagreed about some things towards the end of his ministry, but I would name him as the greatest man I ever knew. He was, I think I said earlier, tagged as the premier preacher of the gospel in Britain. I heard him preach the gospel often enough to feel that that judgment must be true. I never heard anyone who brought so much of God, God's presence, and God's power into the pulpit with him as Martyn Lloyd-Jones. He was at his greatest, I think, when he was preaching the gospel from the Gospels and bringing the Lord Jesus into it directly as himself, the teacher who said the things that pierced the heart and that shut the hearers up to self-despair and the necessity of faith. And this is Matthew. This is the sayings of Jesus as recorded in Matthew, Mark, and Luke, as well as in John. I've never heard anyone open up the Gospels in an evangelistic way as Lloyd-Jones did. It was wonderful.